Hey guys, this week you're going to be reading an article called What's Fair in Sports. And it is about paraplegics, not just paraplegics, but the Paralympics, which is an Olympics for people with disabilities. And a lot of people use technology to help them compete. And some people are worried about this, that it gives them an advantage over others. But you're going to read an article about that. First, there's a short video for you to watch. So that just highlights one of the many activities that are in the Paralympics. There are lots. In fact, there's a whole website you could look at that shows all the sports in the Paralympics. And you will be reading more about that in this week's article. We have archery and running, triathlons, all kinds of sports, almost everything, if not everything, that the regular Olympics have. So if you want to look more into that, there's a website called the International Paralympic Committee. Here are some of the vocabulary words from the story this week, What's Fair in Sports. First, you can see a picture here of a man who participated in the Paralympic Games in 2016. You can see he has a prosthetic or artificial leg, and that is the reason why he participated in the Paralympics Games. And you're going to read more about that. But the first word that you're going to do this week is advantage. So take a minute to think about what advantage means. And what it means is something that is helpful or good. So if you have an advantage over something or someone, you have something that helps you do better than somebody else. So a picture that represents that would be something like this. This person has a higher ledge to stand on. That's giving that person an advantage over the others. So that higher up level is something that is good or helpful to that person. The next word is amputee. See if you know what that means. It's one who has had a limb, like a leg or an arm, removed from the body. So just like you saw in the picture above of the man who has the artificial leg, here is a picture of another person who is an amputee with an another artificial leg. So that person has lost a limb of their body. Another word is capacity. take a minute to see what you think that word means. And it means how much can be done. So what is the most that you can do? What is the highest capacity that you are able to do in a certain situation? So if you think about that like this, kind of like a battery, if you have a full battery, you are working at your highest capacity. But if as the energy in the battery runs down, you have less and less capacity to do something. And so if you think about losing a limb, without the prosthetic or the artificial limb, you're probably not able to work at full capacity. But this might give you, the prosthetic would give you an extra support or advantage to be able to work at full capacity. The next word is prosthetic, and I've been using that word as we've been talking, and that is a device that takes the place of a missing body part. So you've seen two examples already of a prosthetic leg, and the next picture, this picture is going to be a prosthetic arm. It can be a prosthetic hand, arm, leg, finger, lots of different artificial parts that replace missing body parts. And the last word is technology, which everyone has heard of before. I think we even used it in other articles. This case, it's the use of science to make new things. So the technology or science available to make prosthetics for amputees. So if you think about this picture, probably down here, yep. We're using all of these different scientific ways to come up with ways to help amputees. And those are your vocabulary words for this story.